Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a man accused of murdering a man in Down East Maine receives his sentence.
Plus, industry leaders gather in Bangor to discuss challenges ahead for Maine's tourist industry.
And why students at Maine Maritime Academy will soon be able to work aboard the most modern ships, thanks to a special donation. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. We made it to another Friday. Thank goodness for that. Good news in the weather department. It looks like today will be a pretty nice day. We'll see some sunshine and clouds and then just a chance of rain later on tonight. The temperatures, though, getting up around 60 degrees in some areas. Tomorrow, even warmer. It might be a little rainy tomorrow, but the temperatures are going to get up around 70. And I believe the Kenduskeag Stream canoe race is tomorrow. So that'll be a nice treat to all the paddlers out there. They won't freeze so much as they're going down the river.
Definitely. Historically, that can be a cold one.
It sure can.
Here's not Devin Biggs this morning, Chase Ropenack with our morning forecast.
Thank you very much. Our first weather today is brought to you by Northwoods Hearing Center in Lincoln, Maine, providing quality hearing care while accepting most Medicare Advantage plans and private pay. Contact them today to schedule your free hearing test. All right, we had mostly clear skies overnight. That's going to give us some sunshine out there this morning, and that's going to last for a while today, bringing highs near 60 degrees. We're going to see that during the afternoon, right around 1 o'clock. We can still see some upper 50s near Millinocket and the Monson, low to mid 50s for Clayton Lake and the Caribou, and even a little cooler by your coastline. Could even see some areas near 50 degrees while we're near 60 here in Bangor. Now, winds out there pretty light and variable right now. We're only seeing 3 miles per hour from the southwest. That is the same for your coastline as well, especially in Rockland Bar Harbor. Machias, a little bit of breeze right around 8 miles per hour. Seeing that in Augusta and Waterville as well. Wind's going to be right around 5 to 15 miles per hour for today, so nothing to really worry about, but we will have increasing clouds arriving right around 3:30 to 4 o'clock, and then once we get near sunset, which will be right around 7:30, we could have some scattered rain showers making in really dry air in front of it, so it could be virga at first, but then that atmosphere will saturate and we'll see some showers that are going to be scattered overnight into tomorrow morning and throughout your Saturday as well. So here's your hour-by-hour forecast throughout the day. As you see, we got some sunshine earlier on. The clouds will fill in. That'll start right around the afternoon. You'll see some more cloud cover right around 3 to 4 o'clock with the possibility of some rain showers going into sunset.
Thank you, Chase. We'll have a full 5-day look at that forecast a little later on. First up this morning, a New York man accused of murdering a man in Whitneyville has pleaded guilty. 29-year-old Basilio Laranza has been ordered to spend 16 years in prison for the death of Wayne Foss. Laranza was one of 3 people arrested for the stabbing death of Foss in 2017. His house was also set ablaze and his body was found in the rubble. Laranza's he pled guilty as part of a plea agreement, and a charge of robbery was dropped. He was already in the Maine State Prison on drug trafficking charges at the time of his arrest. The other suspects, Justin Matthews of Pembroke, also pleaded guilty to murder and arson, and Leanza Boney of Staten Island is still waiting sentencing.
The Department of Justice announced it is taking Maine to court for violating federal anti-discrimination laws. Governor Janet Mills told reporters at an event that she is not backing down from the Trump administration. The Justice Department announced a civil lawsuit against the Maine Department of Education on Wednesday, citing alleged violations of Title IX. Governor Mills spoke to reporters at the annual Governor's Conference on Tourism in Bangor. She described the lawsuit as a diversionary tactic by the Trump administration and says she is fully prepared to challenge the issues the department is raising in that complaint.
We welcome the litigation. But as I've said previously, this is not about who can compete on the athletic field. This is about whether a president can force compliance with his will, compliance with a interpretation of the law, without regard for the rule of law that governs our nation, and I believe he cannot.
Also says Attorney General Pam Bondi failed to mention that a federal judge recently awarded the state a temporary restraining order from a funding freeze by the USDA. Mills says that ruling reinforces the state's position that the federal government has been acting unlawfully.
In other news, the Maine House of Representatives voted yes on advancing a resolution that would seek to amend Maine's constitution to include equal rights protections in similar fashion to the Maine Human Rights Act. The House voted 74 to 69 in favor of advancing LD 260, a resolution proposing an amendment to the Constitution of Maine to establish that all Maine residents have equal rights under the law. Were it to go to Maine voters, the question they would vote on would read, quote, "Do you favor amending the Constitution of Maine to prohibit the denial or abridgment by the state or any political subdivision of the state of equal rights based on the actual or perceived race, color, religion, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, age, physical or mental disability, ancestry, or national origin of an individual?" Lawmakers on both sides rose to speak for and against the resolution. Some questioned the wording of the amendment and said it could backfire. Others made it clear the important thing is to let voters decide.
Courts across the country have increasingly interpreted sex to include gender identity. Whether you agree with the interpretation or not, the fact is if we adopt this amendment, we're writing into our Constitution a mandate that redefines the very concept of sex.
Equality under law is a core American value and a reflection of who we are as Mainers. It speaks to our deep-rooted ideals of fairness, dignity, and opportunity which have shaped our state and our nation. Let's make sure Maine remains a state rooted in equality now and into the future. Let's let the voters decide.
Other news, following yesterday's vote in the House, the resolution will now move on to the Senate for a vote. If it were to pass, ultimately, it would go to Maine voters to say yes or no to this amendment.
The ACLU of Maine is seeking more information about increased ICE detentions in our state. They filed information requests to find out how local law enforcement is cooperating with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The ACLU says it learned that the Two Bridges Regional Jail in Wiscasset had begun detaining up to 25 people for ICE, and the Cumberland County Jail in Portland is holding up to 80 people for them as of April 16th. A statement from the ACLU of Maine says it initially asked every sheriff in Maine for basic information about the relationship between each sheriff's office and ICE. They say all counties except for Somerset and Hancock counties responded to that initial request.
Yesterday, a group of state leaders spoke out on the need for more funding for civil legal aid. In July, $2 million in funding for civil legal aid in Maine is set to expire. Advocates say that loss will have a detrimental impact on Mainers, threatening services like eviction defense, access to health care, and protection from domestic violence. Anna Segalini says civil legal aid helped her and her children escape nearly a decade of emotional and physical abuse.
Their support was not only transformative, but also life-saving during a time when I was fighting for our freedom in the face of relentless physical, emotional, legal, financial, and mental torment.
In addition to renewed funding, legislators are working to secure additional funds, including a proposed $6.4 million in 2026 and $9.5 million by 2027. Advocates say that money is crucial to keep services going, especially for Mainers who can't afford a lawyer but still need representation in life-changing civil cases.
Well, industry leaders and stakeholders met in Bangor yesterday to share insight and to address the potential challenges ahead for the tourist season. Our Grace Blanchard has that story.
Hundreds gathered at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor on Thursday for the annual Governor's Conference on Tourism.
There are so many chances to meet with industry experts from around the country and industry experts right here in Maine.
Tourism is one of Maine's largest industries.
It feeds hundreds of thousands of families, and it's just a very important industry in the state of Maine.
According to the latest report from the Maine Office of Tourism, the state received nearly 15 million visitors last year and generated over $9 billion in spending.
I think our goal is really to help spread visitors across the state to experience places they may not have been before.
At the forefront of many people's minds is how the trade war with Canada, initiated by President Donald Trump, could impact the number of Canadian visitors this upcoming during tourism season.
On the eve of another summer tourism season, we're once again facing a great economic uncertainty.
Canadian visitors have always been so much a part of our Maine overall visitor base.
According to the Maine Office of Tourism, Canadian visitors contributed $500 million to Maine's economy last year and accounted for roughly 800,000 visitors.
Anything that's going to upset sort of that balance of coming across the border, meeting friends and families, or spending a week or so here in the state is of concern.
Industry leaders hope that Maine's natural beauty and outdoor recreation opportunities will continue to draw visitors despite the political turmoil.
I think there's a pretty strong hope that people will, in the midst of everything else that's going on, see that as a great escape and a way to forget about the day's challenges and refresh and rejuvenate with a visit to Maine.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, the time now is 8:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a new major will soon be offered at Maine Maritime Academy that will allow students to work on nuclear-powered merchant ships. We'll hear why that's so important.
But first, another check of that forecast. Today looks like a pretty nice day, although we'll see increasing clouds with a chance of showers later on. Highs around 60 degrees. Mostly cloudy with scattered showers overnight, lows dropping down to the mid-40s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with showers, highs around 70. We'll be right back.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Need a driveway paved or an entire road surfaced? Give Eaton Paving and Excavation a call. Eaton Paving offers a full line of excavation packages, from new home projects to new and replacement septics and driveways. We also install new shoreland and do shoreland repairs. Our operators have more than 75 years combined experience, and we have been delivering quality, professional service for nearly 3 decades. We strive to exceed your expectations. Give us a call today at 207-348-5630 or visit us at eatonpaving.com.
Make Easter moments magical with the Gold Bunny from Lindt.
When Blazing Trails located in Lincoln want to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Blazing Trails is Lincoln's #1 trusted dispensary, providing outstanding product and customer service to eastern and central Maine. Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
I joined the Maine Army National Guard because I wanted to help the people of my community. But I never knew how far that would take me. I'm here from my hometown and I'm furthering my education. My part-time service is helping me do both. Join the team that can help you take charge of your future, just like I did with the Maine Army National Guard. Go to nationalguard.com/ME to learn more.
Maine Maritime Academy has announced that in the fall of 2026, students will be able to major in nuclear engineering. Our Doug Banks takes us to Castine.
Hidden amongst the commotion of Maine Maritime Academy's Castine campus waterfront, there's a piece of history that subtly paints the Academy's past, but speaks volumes to what its future could hold.
The traditional maritime symbols of the propeller or the screw and the anchor, but atop, prominently featured in the center, that atomic icon. I couldn't believe it.
In the days of the Eisenhower administration's Atoms for Peace program, Professor of Engineering Paul Wachowski says graduates of MMA once held respected ranks on the NS Savannah, the world's first nuclear-powered merchant ship.
I think that sort of planted the seed, if you will.
Following nuclear energy falling out of favor in the mid-90s, it wasn't until the fall of 2024 that MMA offered nuclear engineering as a minor. But on Tuesday, the Academy formally established the endowed chair of nuclear and reliability engineering.
It's been over 3 decades, but we're bringing it back.
MMA officials say it'll be the only school in Maine with a nuclear engineering technology program.
I'm happy to see the school that's done so much for me succeed.
According to the Academy's president, the program wouldn't be possible without a $1.5 million donation from Guy Mossman,
who's class of 79, very generously donated in honor of his father, who's class of 1950. That's the unique thing of the Maine Maritime brand is our faculty are dedicated, our students are really engaged with them.
The program is expected to launch in the fall of 2026.
We're very proud of that, and as I said, not only for this group of students, but in many ways MMA alumni who had established that program decades ago.
In Castine, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, the city of Belfast is protecting its residents and pets. The city park playground, dog park pool, and the swimming pool, and the Walsfield recreation area were all closed on Thursday so they could be treated for ticks. A spokesperson for Belfast says they do it every fall and spring. A new report from the University of Maine shows some concerning information about ticks. In 2024, the University of Maine Cooperative Extension Program's Tick Lab processed more than 4,700 tick samples from 398 towns, representing all 16 counties in Maine. More than 3,600 were identified as deer ticks. Lab testing showed 41.5% of those deer ticks carried the bacteria that causes Lyme disease. According to the report, most tick exposures occurred close to home, with 68% happening on the submitter's own property. Yard work was the most commonly cited activity at the time of the tick encounter, something we all need to worry about.
A Bangor ministry is making sure everyone has a warm meal for Easter. Manna Ministries is offering their Easter meal on the evening of Good Friday, which is, of course, tonight. Pastor Bill Ray says everyone and anyone is welcome to stop by and grab a plate. This will be the 30th year the ministry has put on the dinner.
We love it, or we wouldn't keep doing it. It's a time to celebrate as a community. Spring is here, hopefully, and again, the resurrection of our Lord.
Manna Ministries is located at 95 Center Street in Bangor. Doors open at 3:30 and the meal will be served at 4.
What a nice thing to do.
Yeah, right? Okay, the time now is 8:17. After the break, we'll hear from a local pastor who emigrated to the United States years ago, fleeing violence in his own country. He's now speaking out and trying to raise money to send back home to the Congo.
We'll have that along with all the latest information on that deadly school shooting at Florida State University. Those stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Dreaming of a new garage or custom build? Patriot Landscaping and Construction delivers from frame to finish. Expert craftsmanship, durable designs, and quality you can trust, we get it done right. Call Patriot Landscaping and Construction today. Let's build your future together.
Get moving this spring with comfortable, functional footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. From tailored fittings to shoe modifications and custom orthotics, their team of experts are trained in podorthics and will help you find the perfect fit. From running to walking, casual or dress, you'll find today's top brands: Hoka, Brooks, Keen, Ariat, Merrill, and more. Don't let your feet hold you back from doing the things you love. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
When it comes to your home, go to the source. Go to R&B's Home Source in Madison. R&B's Home Source has home comfort, convenience, and savings all wrapped up in one location. From the living room to the dining room to the bedroom, we have some of the best values in furniture and bedding. For the kitchen, R&B's Home Source has top-notch appliances from fridges to ranges, even washers and dryers. And sit back and relax with quality electronics. We service everything we sell too. For your home, go to the source. R&B's Home Source, Lakewood Road, Madison.
Fires, floods, burst pipes. Disasters happen, but the mess they leave behind doesn't have to last. For 40 years, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration has been there to help Mainers get back to the closest to normal as they can. When your property is at its worst, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is at their best, and they have been for 4 decades. Put your trust in the Bouchard team. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
Dreaming of a new garage or custom build? Patriot Landscaping and Construction delivers from frame to finish. Expert craftsmanship, durable designs, and quality you can trust, we get it done right. Call Patriot Landscaping and Construction today. Let's build your future together.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Well, it's a situation so dire, many of us would find it unimaginable. Over 25 million going hungry in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, with many others facing extreme threats of violence from an active armed conflict. Children targeted with military recruitment, abductions, and sexual violence. And over 7 million internally displaced within the country, without safe shelter or medical aid. I recently spoke with two men from the DRC, both immigrants who had to leave home because of decades of violence there. They're now living in the greater Bangor area, one a pastor, one a scholar, and they're speaking out about the conflict.
This is a genocide.
Yeah.
And the world has decided to never again see such kind of a situation of genocide. But unfortunately, it did happen in Rwanda in 1994. Now, what we are seeing now is likely to repeat in Congo. This is a genocide which is going on. Now, the issue is nobody talks about it.
Rwandan-backed M23 rebels launched a major offensive in January, taking the two largest cities in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And in the first 2 months of the conflict, at least 7,000 people were killed. Just last weekend, at least 50 were killed in an attack on the city of Goma, which is one of the cities taken by the rebel group.
Right now is very dangerous for just for our community. Like I'm gonna say Tutsi, Banyamulenge, Hema, and most is Eastern Congo.
That was Pastor Joseph. He was referring to how the ethnic Tutsi people who were targeted and killed in the hundreds of thousands during the Rwandan genocide are still having to run for their lives. Tutsis and now millions of others being internally displaced in the Congo because of persecution, violence, a weak government, climate-related disasters, and, most urgently, a complete lack of food and medical care. To address an issue as complex as this, Pastor Joseph is hosting a church service, which will also act as a potluck fundraiser.
April 26. We're asking people to kindly, if you can come, those who are nearby. But if you are not there, we have the QR code to support, to bring your support.
Hosted at the Bangor Nazarene Church on Union Street in Bangor, the benefit service will be on Saturday, April 26th at 4 p.m. If you can't make it, you'll find a QR code to donate on your screen right now. You can hover your phone over that QR code to donate. You can also find that on our website, foxbangor.com. Yes, this will be coming up next weekend. It's a church called the African Church within the Bangor Nazarene Church in Union Street in Bangor. Our reporter Jody Hersey did a story about their church a few months ago just to talk about the Congolese community in Bangor. And now they're doing something to send aid to families and community members back home. So a really important event in Bangor coming up next weekend. Either way, though, the time now is 6:22, and it's time to get a full look at that forecast with Chase Ropanak.
Thank you very much. Our main weather today is also brought to you by Northwoods Hearing Aid Center in Lincoln, Maine, providing quality hearing care while accepting most Medicare Advantage plans and private pay. Contact them today to schedule your free hearing test. All right, we're starting off our morning with mostly clear skies out there. That's going to allow for a great sunrise this morning, and we're going to have the sun hanging around for quite a while. That is going to bring our highs up near 60 degrees for today. Winds are pretty light and variable out there right now, only looking at 3 miles per hour from the southwest here in Bangor and Bar Harbor. Same for Rockland as well. A little bit of breeze in Augusta and Waterville right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Frenchville at 12. That's about the most we're really going to see out there for today. No worries about the wind. As we see right around 1 to 2 o'clock, temperature is going to be near 60 degrees here in Bangor. Same for Millinock and Munson. Definitely going to see that in Livermore Falls and South Paris down by Portland as well. But temperatures by your coastline could be a little cooler out there for today. Check out Deer Isle, only topping out at right around 48 degrees, while we will be warmer up north near Clayton Lake and Caribou in those low to mid 50s. As we see, the average high this time of year is right around the mid 50s, and as we see, a little bit above that for today and well above that for your Saturday, getting near 70 degrees, even with some clouds and rain showers out there. A little bit of sunshine during your afternoon is going to help you warm up with some summer-like temperatures out there, but cooling off for your Easter Sunday. Highs only right around the low 50s, and it's going to be windy as well. But Monday, winds will die down. Highs back near 60. A cool one for your Tuesday, but back near average for Wednesday and the Thursday. hanging out in the mid-50s. So as we see out there for today, we're going to see a lot of the sunshine until we get to right around, 3 to 4 o'clock, increasing cloud cover. And right before sunset, we do have a chance for a few showers to pass on by. Then we'll have some dry hours after that overnight. Going into the early morning hours, yes, we will have some more rain passing through. Still light rain showers right around 6:30 in the morning. Going to be scattered throughout your morning. We're going to dry out eventually. Those clouds are going to clear. And right around, 3 to 5 o'clock, a little bit of sunshine can peek through, and that's what's going to help our temperatures reach near 70 degrees for today. Now, as we get into Sunday, a cold front will go through. Strong northwest winds, decreasing clouds, highs only near low 50s. But it will be windy for your Easter Sunday. So how much rain we're going to see with this system? Not a ton. We're seeing, right around just under a half inch here in Bangor, right around a quarter inch in Dover, Foxcroft. The higher amounts will be north. You can see Holton right around a half inch along your coastline, sticking right around a quarter inch of rainfall. So for today, highs near 60. We'll have increasing clouds and a few showers late. It's going to be right around sunset for tonight. We're going to see those rain showers start to pick up, especially towards the early morning hours, lows in the mid 40s. And as we see for tomorrow, highs near 70 degrees. But it will be mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers throughout the day. Here's a look at your extended forecast. As we get into your Easter Sunday, we will see temperatures cooling off, low 50s for highs, mostly sunny though, and windy. And then going into your Tuesday, rain chances will be back in the forecast.
Maine's premier community radio station, Star 97.7. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years with Paul and Sonny in the morning, Mike Dow in the afternoon, and local weather with Steve McKay. Star 97.7.
America relies on clean, renewable energy. It powers everything, from families to small businesses, from farmers to factories. Clean energy fuels lives and livelihoods. And clean energy tax credits make it happen. They create hundreds of thousands of good-paying jobs across the country, and they lower our energy costs. With clean energy tax credits, the age of American energy independence is here. Call Senator Collins and encourage her to support the clean energy tax credits that power America.
Treat yourself to rich Ghirardelli chocolate and luscious caramel. Experience Ghirardelli caramel squares in a bag and a bar. Makes life a bite better.
I depend on my car, so I take care of it with parts from RockAuto.com. Everything I need to know is at Rock Auto. My car isn't rare, but when I fix it myself, it's special.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Maine's premier community radio station, Star 97.7. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years with Paul and Sonny in the morning, Mike Dow in the afternoon, and local weather with Steve McKay. Star 97.7.
New details about the deadly shooting at Florida State University. We're learning more about the alleged shooter, a witness saying his gun jammed, preventing a deadly scene from becoming even more tragic. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, police are investigating why the stepson of a local sheriff's deputy allegedly opened fire at Florida State University, killing 2 people and wounding 6 others.
I can't believe that just happened next to me.
Police last night towed a red SUV from the campus in Tallahassee. Witnesses say 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner got out of the SUV yesterday, then opened fire near the Student Union building, first shooting a long gun, then grabbing a handgun.
This other boy looked really concerned too, and so we kind of started walking faster, and that's when I noticed him go in his car and pull out the handgun and then shoot that woman.
A music professor posted this image of a piano barricading a door.
Barricaded the door, hid in our corners. Myself and many others, of course, started immediately texting our families, our friends.
Police say they shot and wounded Eichner, and the handgun he allegedly used belonged to his stepmother, an 18-year veteran with the Leon County Sheriff's Office. ABC News also learning Eichner was at the center of a child custody dispute in 2015. Court documents say he was on medication for several health and mental issues at the time. The shooting at FSU comes during an especially sensitive time of the year. In Colorado, law enforcement warning of an increase in planned school attacks near the anniversary of the Columbine shooting on April 20th. Some students who fled the gunshots at FSU say they were also students at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida in 2018 when a gunman killed 17 people.
Just seeing all these tragedies having a nation, growing up and graduating high school, coming into college, it's really unfortunate.
Senator Rick Scott was asked, is enough being done to keep students safe?
We put together law enforcement, mental health counselors, educators. We had a historic bill. We have law enforcement in all of our public schools. We put money into harden our schools. We have mental health counselors in our schools. We have risk assessment. That's saved a lot of lives.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
The victims' names have not yet been made public. The two who died were not students at FSU.
Meanwhile, President Trump's administration is calling for major changes to the country's oldest learning institution. Fox News correspondent Chanley Painter has more on threats to Harvard University's tax-exempt status.
Students and faculty at Harvard University protested on campus Thursday. The federal government has frozen more than $2 billion in grants to the university, and it is now at risk of losing its tax-exempt status, which has allowed it to amass an endowment of $53 billion.
These higher ed institutions that have fundamentally lost their way, U.S. taxpayer dollars should never be propping up anti-Semitism.
The Department of Homeland Security ordered the university earlier this week to turn over records of its foreign students with visas participating in, quote, illegal and violent activities, as President Trump claims Harvard allows anti-Semitic practices on its campus.
I think Harvard's a disgrace. I think what they did was a disgrace.
The administration is also calling to end the university's ability to host international students, raising concerns for many people at the school with visas.
Even if you don't speak up, just because you go to Harvard, you might get deported from this country. So it is incredibly scary for people.
Other students on campus say Harvard's diversity was a selling point to attending.
If they're not going to be around me, then I'm not going to be able to achieve my goals of being here either.
Some protesters on campus say the fight goes beyond funding for the institution.
The independence of the university is absolutely essential to doing the good work that we do in science, in medicine, in social science, in the humanities.
The White House says the IRS has been looking into Harvard's tax-exempt status long before President Trump suggested it. I'm Chanley Painter, Fox News.
In other news, a U.S. senator gets a face-to-face meeting with a mistakenly deported and incarcerated man in hopes of a U.S. return. Democrat Senator Chris Van Hollen of Maryland met with Kilmar Albrego Garcia on Thursday. Garcia was deported to his native country of El Salvador in March. The Trump administration is accusing Garcia of being an MS-13 gang member, despite the glaring fact he was never charged with a crime. A federal judge ruled Garcia should return to the U.S., a decision that was upheld by the Supreme Court. Senator Van Hollen did not give an update on discussions with El Salvador. The country's president Nayib Bukele says despite Van Hollen's meeting, Garcia will remain in custody.
The man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was indicted federally in New York. Luigi Mangione has been charged with 2 counts of stalking, murder through use of firearm, and firearms offense by the Southern District of New York. Attorney General Pam Bondi has made the aggressive and controversial move, ordering prosecutors to seek the death penalty in the case. If convicted, Mangione could face a maximum sentence of death. He is also facing 4 charges in Pennsylvania. He is pleading not guilty to all federal and state charges.
And coming in the second half of the newscast, we'll have our showbiz segment featuring a beloved 90s comedy is getting a sequel. We'll hear all about it.
Plus that full forecast coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Is your driveway in distress? Dirt yard dragging you down? Call Paramount Paving, Penobscot County's most trusted name in driveways. With more than 1,000 jobs installed and a 4.5 rating on Google, it's easy to see why. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount. Call today for your free estimate.
Here at Twin City Tire and Service, you will be working with industry professionals. We have ASE certified master technicians and certified tire and lube technicians. If we need your vehicle for a duration of time, we offer a complimentary shuttle service and can even offer a loaner vehicle. Being a client at Twin City Tire and Service means that we will treat you right. This includes a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on mechanical repairs. We also provide you with 1 year of complimentary roadside assistance. Come see us today at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer.
Is your driveway in distress? Dirt yard dragging you down? Call Paramount Paving, Penobscot County's most trusted name in driveways. With more than 1,000 jobs installed and a 4.5 rating on Google, it's easy to see why. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount. Call today for your free estimate.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, April 18th, 2025, and it is also, of course, Good Friday.
This day commemorates the death of Jesus and is considered by Christian denominations as a holy day. Some faiths will spend this day fasting and attending church services to mourn his death. The exact origins of Good Friday are unknown, but the celebration dates back to the 4th century. It's also unknown why it's called Good Friday, although some believe the day was named good as a symbol of Jesus and everything he stood for.
A very special Holy Week for a lot of people around here, all getting ready for Easter Sunday, of course, coming up later this weekend.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah. All right, time for history. It was on this day in history back in 1775, colonist Paul Revere made his famous midnight ride in Massachusetts to warn that the Redcoats were coming. The warning played a crucial role in the Patriots' victory and in the coming battles of Lexington and Concord during the American Revolution. In 1906, the Great San Francisco earthquake toppled buildings and killed an estimated 3,000 people. In 1923, on this date, Yankee Stadium opened up in New York, and the press nicknamed it the house that Ruth built after legendary slugger Babe Ruth. He marked the occasion with a 3-run home run. And in 1924, Simon & Schuster published the first crossword puzzle book.
I always think of my grandma when I think of crosswords. She was really good at them.
My mom does them every day. She says it keeps your mind
it's great for
sharp and everything like that.
Yeah, and she is sharp.
So I'm terrible at
She
them.
believes, I believe her, yeah. In 1942, Colonel James Doolittle led a squadron of B-25 bombers in a surprise raid against Tokyo. It was in response to the Japanese sneak attack on Pearl Harbor. In 1968, the McCullough Oil Corporation paid $2.25 million to purchase the London Bridge, which was sinking under the weight of modern traffic. It was shipped to the United States, where crews rebuilt the bridge block by block over Lake Havasu in Arizona. I did not know that happened. Did they return it? What's the deal with
What's
that?
No, they bought the bridge, they brought it to the U.S., and they numbered all the blocks individually, and then they put it back together. It's still there to this day over Lake Havasu.
What?
They got a cheap bridge for a couple of $1 million.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that happened.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
If you got the money.
The London Bridge is in Arizona. Why didn't
yeah.
Okay.
Now you know. That's why we do these things.
The children's song doesn't really cover that part of the story.
Yeah.
London Bridge is falling down. What about the part where London Bridge is rebuilt in Arizona?
Well, they could have updated it, I guess. Yeah. It's no longer the London Bridge.
It's no longer falling down.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. In 1978, the U.S. Senate approved the Panama Canal Treaty, allowing for the complete turnover of control of the waterway to Panama on the last day of 1999.
Of course, that's back in the news these days now.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We haven't talked about that one for a few weeks, though. Finally now, in 2016, Hamilton, the hip-hop stage biography of America's first Treasury Secretary, won the Pulitzer Prize for drama.
Today's birthdays include media personality Kourtney Kardashian, who is 46 today, actress Maria Bello is 58, and television host Conan O'Brien is 62 years old today. We do love Conan here on the morning show.
I love him. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's
Happy
quick-witted.
birthday to them and you too, if today's your birthday.
All right, now let's get a look at that weekend forecast with Chase Ropanak.
Thank you very much. Our first weather today is brought to you by Northwoods Hearing Center in Lincoln, Maine, providing quality hearing care while accepting most Medicare Advantage plans and private pay. Contact them today to schedule your free hearing test. All right, we had mostly clear skies overnight. That's going to give us some sunshine out there this morning, and that's going to last for a while today, bringing highs near 60 degrees. We're going to see that during the afternoon, right around 1 o'clock. We can still see some upper 50s near Millinocket and the Monson, low to mid 50s for Clayton Lake and the Caribou, and even a little cooler by your coastline. Could even see some areas near 50 degrees while we're near 60 here in Bangor. Now, winds out there pretty light and variable right now. We're only seeing 3 miles per hour from the southwest. That is the same for your coastline as well, especially in Rockland Bar Harbor. Machias, a little bit of breeze right around 8 miles per hour. Seeing that in Augusta and Waterville as well. Wind's going to be right around 5 to 15 miles per hour for today, so nothing to really worry about, but we will have increasing clouds arriving right around 3:30 to 4 o'clock, and then once we get near sunset, which will be right around 7:30, we could have some scattered rain showers making in really dry air in front of it, so it could be virga at first, but then that atmosphere will saturate and we'll see some showers that are going to be scattered overnight into tomorrow morning and throughout your Saturday as well. So here's your hour-by-hour forecast throughout the day. As you see, we got some sunshine earlier on. The clouds will fill in. That'll start right around the afternoon. You'll see some more cloud cover right around 3 to 4 o'clock with the possibility of some rain showers going into sunset.
Thank you, Chase. And for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood,
here's ABC's Zoreen Shaw.
It has been centuries since we were all together. It'll be interesting to find out why you've called us here.
Netflix's The Sandman is coming to an end. The series, based on a popular graphic novel of the same name, will air its second and final season this summer, split into 2 parts according to Netflix. The streamer says the first 6 episodes will drop on July 3rd, with the next 6 coming out 3 weeks later. Speaking of Netflix, the company's first quarter earnings beat analyst expectations, raking in more than $10.5 billion. That's up more than 12% over last year. It's also the first time Netflix has not reported subscriber numbers. As if! The beloved 90s comedy Clueless is getting a sequel. Not much is known about the plot of the new TV series, but Alicia Silverstone has signed on to reprise her role from the original film. It's currently in development at Peacock.
We have to always be extraordinary. But somehow we're always doing it wrong.
And America Ferrera, who rose to fame on the sitcom Ugly Betty and who starred alongside Margot Robbie in Barbie, is turning 41 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Zoreen Shaw, ABC News Los Angeles.
All right, now right after the break, Jack Webb will have our sports updates.
Don't go away.
For the best LiftMaster openers at real prices, call PDQ Door first. Hi, I'm Dave from PDQ Door. For emergency service, routine maintenance, and tune-ups, make PDQ Door your first call. Learn more at pdqdoor.com, where we sell the best and service the rest.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Discover the charm of Warren's Waterfront Restaurant, Bucksport's only waterfront dining. Relax in a cozy atmosphere where every visit feels like home. Indulge in fresh, flavorful dishes paired with stunning river views. Join us at Warren's Waterfront, your perfect escape.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Sunday on Fox. The Kings of the Lanes lay everything on the line for a major.
Tuck it! He's got it! Shoot, there it is! Belmo adds to his legacy. Anthony Simonson, he's done it!
This is where names become legends, and legends become champions.
He's the greatest!
The PBA, Sunday on Fox.
Hi, I'm Dave from PDQ Door. We pride ourselves on our honesty and integrity. We'll always give you the best garage door repairs at a real price. Had your doors installed by another company? That's okay. Our experienced team is available to service all brands and models. Visit us at pdqdoor.com.
The Memphis Showboats, touchdown! Take on the Michigan Panthers. Wow! It's all part of the Fox Football Extravaganza, tonight at 8 Eastern.
Race week is here. Welcome back in, everyone. Thanks for staying with us on Saturday. As they do every year, hundreds of paddlers will line up at the top of Kenduskeag Stream for the 2025 Kenduskeag Stream Canoe Race. There's tons of people to the area each year and is the main event of the stream race season in northern Maine. The 16-mile stretch of water can be daunting for some, including the 6-mile fall stretch, where with many sick of the rain up here in northern Maine, all of the rain we've gotten, plus the melt from the snow, the stream will be running. The race director, Debbie Gendro, says it is definitely a good thing.
They're going to be great. Actually, for the last 4 or 5 years, it's been really bony, the water. And so seeing this year, the racers are ecstatic. The water will go down in the next day, but there's rain in the forecast for Friday night. So that's really good.
The track begins in Kenduskeag at the top of the stream, and paddlers cross the finish line by Kenduskeag Plaza in downtown Bangor. Every year, some of the best from Maine, Canada, and surrounding states make their way to the greater Bangor area for the race, and Gendro says the race is a Maine icon.
It's been 58 years running annually, and it's an icon in the state of Maine. My favorite part is just seeing how happy everybody is, and the camaraderie and just the competition, and some just come for the recreation part of it. It's great to see people out there.
Always a great event every year. Up to Mahaney Diamond in Orono now, where Maine baseball has caught a little bit of fire. They've won their last 6 games and are currently in second place in the America East. After dropping their first conference series of the season in rainy weather at Binghamton, the Black Bears have been on a roll. Maine has won 3 straight series, including a road sweep of Albany last weekend, sitting at 8-4 in conference play. They've already matched their America East win total from a year ago, and head coach Nick Durba says it's the little things making the difference.
We're winning some tight ball games. And early in the year, these are ball games that we were losing. We're winning them now, and hopefully that continues to be the case. And we're just playing clean defense, doing a lot of little things really well, running the bases well, throwing strikes, executing the minutia, if you will.
Maine has a lot of roster turnover from a year ago, including the addition of 2 transfers from Lassen College, a junior college school in California. Both Drew Reynolds and Brody Rasmussen were JUCO All-Americans last season with the Cougars. Reynolds was the player of the year, and now they're making it happen up in Orono.
The game definitely sped up at first, but, it's always the same game from when you're 12 years old. You just got to realize that, and it all slows down, and it's just been great from there.
Played at Division I level, went JUCO route. The game definitely slowed down from there, and then needing to speed it back up coming here. Yeah, it was just kind of wild, getting back here. Game's just fast again.
From the culture standpoint, they fit in seamlessly. They've had their ups and downs as far as level of play, but they're obviously holding their own and doing pretty well. And since conference play started, they're really contributing on a high level.
Black Bears will pick it back up on Friday afternoon. Staying with baseball, but going to the pros, the Red Sox got back on track Wednesday night with a win over the Rays. That win sealed the series victory, in which the Red Sox got outscored 20-9, losing 16-1 in the first game, but only allowing 4 in the next 2, including a shutout of the Rays Wednesday night. The Sox bullpen was on fire, including Garrett Whitlock striking out the side in the 7th. Here's what Whitlock had to say about his approach and the bullpen's performance as a whole.
Just trying to attack the hitters. I think that's the biggest thing that we focus on as a pitching staff in general, and I think that's just how we're trying to go about it. I mean, like I said, we view ourselves as a pitching staff. I don't think anyone's out here trying to be one person, and so it's great when we throw up a shutout as a team, and so I love that. Great job by Weissert, Newcomb, and then Slayton it there at the end. I mean, it was a great all-around day.
Sox pen getting it done when the bats can't. Let's bring it back local now to Brewer, where the spring season kicked off with some girls tennis. It's the Witches taking on the Messalonsky Eagles. We'll start with the top match. It's Brewers' Violet Damon taking on Kennedy Lambert of Messalonsky. Damon won in straight sets. Next, the number 2 match. It was Catherine Bridges taking on Messo's Whitney Clark. Bridges also putting up a dominating performance, winning in straight sets herself with a nice drop shot right here. As for the third singles match, Julia Spencer took on Eagle Bo Bursch. Spencer would go on to get the win. Brewer would pick up the wins in both doubles matches as well to take down the Eagles 5-0 in the season opener. That is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Spring into savings at the Furniture Gallery. Sleeper sofas in 3 colors and 3 sizes starting at just $625. Save up to $200 on Scott Living mattresses. Save $100 on all full-price FlexSteel recliners and lift chairs. Save an extra $25 on all brands of clearance recliners and lift chairs. Save 10% on Ashley bedroom furniture and 15% on Ashley outdoor furniture. Shop our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery.
Make Easter moments magical with the Gold Bunny from Lindt.
Ye Old General, located in Carmel, has everything you could ever need. Whether it be kerosene, regular or ethanol-free gasoline, wood pellets, a fresh-cooked pizza, or fried food, they've got you covered. Looking to get a stiff drink after work? Ye Old General is an agency liquor store with a great selection of alcohol. Ye Old General can help with your next home project, carrying carpentry supplies from hammers and nails to specialty nuts and bolts. They have what you need to get the job done. Stop by Ye Old General today. If you don't think they'll have it, they probably do.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
Tell me you're a genius without telling me you're a genius.
I have an IQ of 187. I'm sure I can figure out whatever's troubling you.
My water broke. I'm in labor.
Oh, dear.
Weekdays at 4 on Fox 22.
Well, as the weather heats up, so does construction on Maine's roadways.
In preparation, highway safety crews are reminding drivers to slow down and stay alert. Our Alex Schley has more.
Respect the zone so we all go home. That's a theme of this year's National Work Zone Awareness Week. On Thursday, representatives from various highway safety agencies, including Maine Department of Transportation and Maine State Police, held a press conference at the Turnpike Maintenance Facility in Gardner, where officials emphasized the importance of safe driving through highway work zones.
Sure, one of the things we really need people to do is put down their phones, put down their distracting things, granola bars, makeup, the cup of coffee, and pay attention to your driving.
Officials say last year alone, there were more than 600 work zone incidents in Maine, some of which were more serious than others.
Behind me is a trailer-mounted crash attenuator that was struck by a fully loaded tractor trailer at highway speed right out here on I-295 at the end of December. And the work zone was set up properly, everything was done correctly, but we still got struck. And it's a good example of how we need the public's help to ensure that work zones are safe for the construction workers and people in those work zones.
While no one was hurt during the incident, Cannell says it's a stark reminder to follow posted signage.
And then when you see something on the roadway, like a work zone setup, our signage and our lights, let's slow down and really pay attention to what's going on, because we put those things out there to alert you that there's going to be workers present.
Officials also remind drivers that speeding fines double in work zones. For more information on a National Work Zone Awareness Week, go to our website, foxbangor.com. In Gardner, I'm Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Be careful out there. They're already out there all over the place.
I know, and people get hit. It's something that happens. Yeah. All right, the time now is 8:53, and it's time to get a look at that forecast with meteorologist Chase Ropanak.
Thank you very much. Our Maine weather today is also brought to you by Northwoods Hearing Aid Center in Lincoln, Maine, providing quality hearing care while accepting most Medicare Advantage plans and private pay. Contact them today to schedule your free hearing test. All right, we're starting off our morning with mostly clear skies out there. That's going to allow for a great sunrise this morning, and we're going to have the sun hanging around for quite a while. That is going to bring our highs up near 60 degrees for today. Winds are pretty light and variable out there right now, only looking at 3 miles per hour from the southwest here in Bangor and Bar Harbor. Same for Rockland as well. A little bit of breeze in Augusta and Waterville right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Frenchville at 12. That's about the most we're really going to see out there for today. No worries about the wind. As we see right around 1 to 2 o'clock, temperature is going to be near 60 degrees here in Bangor. Same for Millinock and Munson. Definitely going to see that in Livermore Falls and South Paris down by Portland as well. But temperatures by your coastline coastline. Could be a little cooler out there for today. Check out Deer Isle, only topping out at right around 48 degrees, while we will be warmer up north near Clayton Lake and Caribou in those low to mid 50s. As we see, the average high this time of year is right around the mid 50s, and as we see, a little bit above that for today and well above that for your Saturday, getting near 70 degrees, even with some clouds and rain showers out there. A little bit of sunshine during your afternoon is going to help you warm up with some summer-like temperatures out there, but cooling off for your Easter Sunday. Highs only right around the low 50s, and it's going to be windy as well, but Monday winds will die down, highs back near 60. A cool one for your Tuesday, but back near average for Wednesday and the Thursday, hanging out in the mid 50s. So as we see out there for today, we're going to see a lot of the sunshine until we get to right around 3 to 4 o'clock, increasing cloud cover, and right before sunset we do have a chance for a few showers to pass on by. Then we'll have some dry hours after that overnight. Going into the early morning hours, yes, we will have some more rain passing through. Still light rain showers right around 6:30 in the morning, going to be scattered throughout your morning. We're going to dry out eventually. Those clouds are going to clear, and right around 3 to 5 o'clock, a little bit of sunshine can peek through, and that's what's going to help our temperatures reach near 70 degrees for today. Now, as we get into Sunday, a cold front will go through. Strong northwest winds, decreasing clouds, highs only near low 50s, but it will be windy for your Easter Sunday. So how much rain we're going to see with this system? Not a ton. We're seeing, right around just under a half inch here in Bangor, right around a quarter inch in Dover, Foxcroft. The higher amounts will be north. You can see Holton right around a half inch along your coastline, sticking right around a quarter inch of rainfall. So for today, highs near 60. We'll have increasing clouds and a few showers late. It's going to be right around sunset for tonight. We're going to see those rain showers start to pick up, especially towards the early morning hours, lows in the mid 40s. And as we see for tomorrow, highs near 70 degrees, but it will be mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers throughout the day. Here's a look at your extended forecast. As we get into your Easter Sunday, we will see temperatures cooling off, low 50s for highs, mostly sunny though, and windy. And then going into your Tuesday, rain chances will be back in the forecast.
The circus is coming! The circus is coming!
Don't miss this exciting new show featuring motocross, aerial acts, chair balancing, unicycling, high wire, Zuzu acrobats, and an all-new ringmaster. The Anna Shrine Circus, April 25th, 26th, and 27th at the Bangor Cross Insurance Center. Building a new home or garage or expanding your current living space? The Home Planning Center specialist at Hammond Lumber Company are here to help. Bring them your ideas and explore Hammond's digital library of stock drawings for more inspiration. Hammond's drafting department will provide a customized floor plan. Once you approve the design, you'll receive detailed plans and a complete materials list. And when you buy all your materials from them, Hammond will refund all your design fees. To get started, bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Treat yourself to rich Ghirardelli chocolate and luscious caramel. Experience Ghirardelli caramel squares in a bag and a bar. Makes life a bite better.
You need auto parts? Don't waste time. Rock Auto has all you need on one screen. Compare brands, see customer favorites, ask a friend for advice. Online shopping done right.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto. 25 words or less.
Do you have an inner voice that you channel?
Yes, there is my inner white girl, Olivia, who loves you so much, Maria. And then there's my inner black girl, Olandra.
How does she feel about me?
You doing what you can.
Where celebrities come to play.
I, Tarzan, you,
Jane.
Boom!
You said that like you've said that before.
Look, what my wife and I do is our business.
Every weekday.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
The circus is coming! The circus is coming!
Don't miss this exciting new show featuring motocross, aerial acts, chair balancing, unicycling, high wire, Zuzu acrobats, and an all-new ringmaster. The Anna Shrine Circus, April 25th, 26th, and 27th at the Bangor Cross Insurance Center.
The osprey that nest on Versant Power's Lemoyne and Mount Desert Island nesting platforms have returned. You can view them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Solar-powered cameras allow you to watch the ospreys as they build their nests, lay eggs, and care for their chicks. Versant says the Lemoyne and MDI alternate platforms are two of more than 25 that have been created to deter osprey from building nests on electrical infrastructure. The anticipation is building. Osprey should lay their eggs in May, and the chicks will hatch in June. The birds will migrate south in August and September, You can check out the Osprey at versantpower.com/Osprey. What a beautiful bird.
That'll be neat to see.
Yeah.
And finally, Easter is almost here, and only some businesses will have their doors open on the holiday. This year, the Christian holiday falls on Sunday, April 20th. And if you do need to make a grocery run, Walmart says it will be open, but Target, Costco, and Sam's Club say they will not be, according to a USA report. Home improvement retailers like Lowe's will stay closed for the holiday, but Home Depot will be open from 8 until 6. For retails, Kohl's, Macy's, Nordstrom, JCPenney, all closed on the Easter holiday this year.
All right, it does look like we're running out of time. If you missed anything, you can head to foxbangor.com.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. We hope you have a great weekend.
Today on 25 Words or Less, she's a graduate from the